Ladies and gentlemen, the hype for Dune Part 2 is real. You can see it here. Christopher Nolan says Dune Part 2 is the Empire Strikes Back of this generation. Oh man, how I want that to be so. Hey everybody, welcome back to Echo Base Network. Coach here on this one. We're looking at Christopher Nolan's comments about Dune Part 2 and could the Dune franchise actually supplant Star Wars being the new Star Wars? It's kind of interesting, isn't it? As a matter of fact, I would say that Star Wars supplanted itself because Star Wars is no longer what it once was. And those sci-fi, hardcore fans, like many of us, are dying for something to take the forefront of the genre because nothing has so far, and Dune definitely has a chance. The article says the amount of buzz that Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2 is getting has reached fever pitch even before anyone had seen it, and there are still only very few who have so far. The presumption was that this would be a great film. The narrative that's being constructed way ahead of the film's March the 1st release, which is very soon, ladies and gentlemen, is that 2021's Dune was just a setup for the action-packed Dune Part 2. So now you have, even those who weren't particularly taken by the first one, people who are very excited to catch this sequel. Christopher Nolan has apparently seen Dune Part 2, and he's comparing it to the most popular sci-fi franchise in the history of the world, saying, if, to me, Dune was like Star Wars, then Dune 2 is The Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite Star Wars film. I think it's just a great expansion of all that was introduced in the first one. Nolan's reaction comes off the heels of Twitter user or ex-user Empire City, who was supposed to have some past studio history on the exhibition side, who called Dune Part 2 a masterpiece. Supposedly, it's not going to be an artistic improvement. Dune 2 is also set to likely double the original's box office intake. Early projections have the film opening at around $100 million. In 2021, Dune earned $41 million in its opening weekend, and that was despite a hybrid theatrical HBO Max release. Villeneuve keeps saying that Dune Part 2 should not be seen as a sequel. It's important. It's not a sequel. It's a second part. There's a difference, Villeneuve told Vanity Fair earlier in the year. What else is different about Dune Part 2? Villeneuve said it's more of an action movie, one that he finds to be much better than 2021's Dune. If the first one built up the worlds and characters of Frank Herbert's much beloved sci-fi novel, then this second one is supposed to be a massive delivery. What we'll be getting is Paul Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet, after his father's death, with revenge on his mind and the intense battle with the invading Harkonnen. The cast for the 166-minute sequel, again, it's not a sequel, is a stunning batch of talent. Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Zendaya, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Christopher Walken, Léa Seydoux, Javier Bardem, Charlotte Rampling, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, and Stephen McKinley Henderson. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely want to see the movie succeed and Dune take off, take the world by storm for science fiction fans, and the older generation of Star Wars fans, I feel, can really get behind this story. One thing that we do have to reconcile is you got to know Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides is not a Luke Skywalker figure. He is going to become an anti-hero. You got to know that going into it. Don't leave the theater being, taken back because what happened to his character as he turns more and more dark. Remember, part of the Dune story is the overall message that to beware a messianic figure, to beware someone that everyone just drops everything they have and that they follow. Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides is on a journey, an ambition driven towards power and control. And that is going to be something that's going to be very interesting to see play out. Thank you guys for being here at Echo Base Network. We are, you are EBN. We'll see you guys on the next one.